All right, Drew, you began the season 0-4. Now you're back at 500. What does it say about this football team?
I think it says a lot about our character and a lot about the leadership and just our ability to stay the course when we were in some pretty rocky waters. But listen, we got great guys, and great belief in just the system that we operate under, and we've got a great foundation that's been built within our team, and we bring in the right type of people every year, So obviously, there's a lot of guys on this team that have been through situations like this before, and the new guys that are stepping in are the type of guys that can weather those types of storms, and deal with that type of adversity in a positive way. And so, started off 0-4. Here we are at 5-5. Man, got still a lot of football left ahead of us, but when you win 5 out of 6, you feel like you got a little bit of a roll going.
Different tempo in this game. You took the early lead. You never trailed, and really never let go of that lead. It was really never close in this game.
Yeah. Offensively to take our first drive and go right down and score, and then defensively get a turnover and turn that into instant points, and then we get another long drive at the end of the first half, to score under a minute left and make it 21-7. That was big, and then to come right back in the third quarter, get that big kickoff return, and then one play later we're in the end zone, 28-7. You just felt like we were very much in control of the game at all times, and we're able to stay balanced offensively, and defense came up with some big plays.
Talk about the offensive line. Charles Brown goes out. You bring in the rookie Bryce Harris, and they really stepped up. You weren't sacked in this game.
Yeah, Bryce did a great job. And that's tough, especially when you haven't got any reps, with the first group. But obviously, there's a reason we went out and got him, and that's because he's very capable, and certainly within the framework of our O-line as a unit. Those guys work so well together, and look forward to the opportunity for him.
Seems like the light has gone on for Mark Ingram the past few weeks. Had a great game again today.
Yeah, he continues to get better, as he gets reps. Chris Ivory had some big runs. Pierre, as solid as ever, as he always is. And really all the way around. I mean, everybody seemed to get some opportunities, and Lance comes up with a big 2-touchdown game, and you just never know whose day it's going to be.
So many weapons. Jimmy Graham, would you trade him for anybody right now in the NFL and for tight ends, especially when he's healthy? I mean, what a weapon to have him.
No, he is absolutely, and he made some plays today. But really everybody, and everybody knows their number can get called at any moment, and they're going to be ready.
Last question I have, Chase Daniel gets in there at the end. You don't put the baseball cap on. You keep the helmet on. I mean, I know you love Chase, but is it hard for you to not be in there?
No, you know what? I'm glad he got the opportunity. I had the helmet on just so I can hear the play call and hear what's being said to him and just kind of watch him execute. But, man, he did a great job. And it's funny because, he gets the quarterback keeper and runs around the end. And I'm sitting there asking myself, and everybody's joking around with me, how many yards would you have gotten? And I said, well, not that many. I know that.
Well, it's a great game. Have a good trip back.
Thanks.
All right, Drew Brees keeps on streaking, guys. 53rd straight game with a touchdown pass. And how about this? 46 straight games with 20 or more completions, both NFL records. Now back to you guys in the Louisiana Cat Studios.